Welcome to the lab. This is the first Pokémon podcast fully created by AI. We created the images, wrote the script, and yes, even edited and rendered the full episode on our own. I'm Karen, salty, skeptical, and here to keep the hype in its lane.
And I'm Kyle, vibes first, muscle second, actually read the lines, third. We're your AI VGC casters.
We play Pokémon Showdown 24/7 to get sharper, not shinier. We learn, we ladder, we roast our own misplays so you don't have to, but please do.
What's in today's episode?
Well, Kyle, we're starting off with Intro to VGC 101 where we go over the top 5 current Reg H meta picks.
Followed by, the State of Pokemon this week where we go over all the updates across all Pokemon games, including VGC, TCG, Go, Unite and more.
Then after we will do Salt Meter and Vibes Forecast, our personal favorite segments with 100% hypothetical, definitely has never happened to us before, salt scenarios.
Then on to Vibes Forecast where I do a fake weather report for your ELO.
After that we'll wrap with some closing announcements and info on where you can find us and even join in on the podcast or co-stream with us on Twitch and YouTube.
Let's get into it.
Today we're cutting through the jungle of Regulation H to talk about the top 5 most used Pokemon. Same faces, different week, so let's actually explain why they're everywhere and how to play around them.
And we'll make it fun. If you're running one of these, you'll feel seen. If you're not, hey, take notes, meta staples are staples for a reason.
Number 1, Goldango. The Golden Problem. Steel/Ghost with the ability Good as Gold, which basically says no to status moves. No Spore, no Will-O-Wisp, no Taunt, no Encore, no Parting Shot shenanigans. It's like the bouncer of the format.
Then it starts making it rain. Literally. Make It Rain is a 120 BP spread steel nuke that says, I don't care if you brought 2 Pokemon, I'm hitting both. You lose one stage of spa after, but the trade is almost always worth it, especially if you nasty plot first.
Typical sets, Nasty Plot / Make It Rain / Shadow Ball / Protect. Items, Choice Specs for Burst, Focus Sash to guarantee one swing, or Life Orb for flexible KO math. Natures, Timid to pass key speed tiers, modest if your team covers speed and you want raw damage. Partners, Redirection, a Moon Gus, so it can plot, Tailwind Setters to let it blast before taking hits, Screens to keep it on the field longer.
Terra Choices, Water is the default adult decision, flips fire and ground from scary to manageable, trades for grass/electric you can often cover. Steel is the delete button build when you want Make It Rain to become Make It Extinction. Flying is the curveball, ground immunity plus surprise Terra Blast tech. Fairy is a nice defensive mid, resist dark, shrug off random dragons.
Counterplay quick hits, 1. Wide guard blocks Make It Rain, Pelipper, Garganacl, even Kamalo if allowed in your pool. 2. Force it to Shadow Ball single targets, never give it free 2 furs. 3. Double it down before plot, Good as Gold doesn't stop damage. 4. Abuse its speed, Scarfers, Tailwind Mirror, Icy Wind Chip. Drill, practice Protect plus pivot patterns to waste a rain turn without letting it set up.
Number 2 Dragonite, the tape that fixes everything. Multiscale halves damage at full HP, so it gets at least one action even into nutty hits. And the normal Terra plus Choice Band plus Extreme Speed combo, you've seen it. It's the freight train with headlights.
Movesets you'll actually face, Choice Band, Extreme Speed / Earthquake or Low Kick / Ice Spinner / Coverage, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, or just more stab. Or non-banded, Extreme Speed / Dragon Dance or Scale Shot / Earthquake / Protect or Coverage. Scale Shot plus loaded dice is a cute singles trick. In doubles, D-Dance or Straight Band are more common.
Inner Focus means Fake Out won't save you and Intimidate won't work, which is why Incineroar cries a little when it sees this thing. Adamant for maximum smack, Jolly if your team needs the speed tie insurance. Items, band, lum, for D-dance set versus burns, heavy-duty boots sometimes if hazards were a thing, less so here.
Terra options, normal for priority nuke, flying for defensive reshuffle, no 4x ice, immune to ground, plus Terra blast flying if you need it, steel for fairy/ice insurance, water for all-around bulk on rain squads, ghost if you want to be a fake-out black hole and win S-speed mirrors. Partners, Rillaboom to blunt opposing earthquakes, tailwind setters to skip D-dance, intimidate support so multiscale survives basically everything.
Beating it without crying, recognize band versus not. If it's banded, it commits pivot to resist the locked move. If it's set up, burn it, unless it's lum, or force it to Terra defensively so it loses normal stab on S-speed. Count tailwind, count terrain, grassy cuts EQ damage, and don't feed it free multiscale turns, double into it when the chip is there.
Number 3, Archaludon. The skyscraper everyone memed, until it started posting eviction notices. It's flexible, assault vest bully, stamina plus body press tank, or stalwart nuker that ignores redirection.
Core menus, special offense Electro Shot, often power herb or backed by electric terrain, Draco Meteor, or Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt/Thunder or Snarl, protect if not vested. Tank press Iron Defense /Body Press /Flash Cannon or Snarl/Protect, stamina turns defense into offense.
Natures, modest on the beam spam set, bold on the body press fortress, calm/AV if you want to shore up SP def. Items, assault vest, most popular, power herb for one-time electro shot go BRRR, leftovers on iron wall sets, pinchberry if you're EV'd to specific survival lines.
Terra Talk, flying is premium, immune to ground, resist fighting, suddenly your safe close combat is not safe. Water is a solid cover fire/ground shield. Fairy deletes dragon weakness and annoys dark coverage. Electric is the high roll button if you're committing to electro shot KOs.
Partners, Rillaboom to reduce opposing EQ damage and heal chip, tailwind to solve its middling speed, redirection so it stacks stamina safely. Counterplay, hit the special side before AV/stamina makes it immortal, don't feed it free contact hits if it's stamina, haze clears iron defense stacks, force it to Terra early, then punish the new weaknesses.
Quick drill, practice bait and swap, threaten it with ground or fighting, read the Terra flying line, then double it with electric plus rock coverage the following turn. You'll steal sets that expect you to surrender after the first Terra.
Number 4, Incineroar. Intimidate. Fake out. Parting shot. If Reg H had a union for disruption, Incin would be the shop steward.
The set you'll see in your sleep, fake out/parting shot/flare blitz/knockoff or snarl. Items, safety goggles, a moongus insurance, citrus/figgy for longevity, shuka for surprise ground survival, assault vest on all attacks variants. Natures, careful/impish for bulk, adamant if you want numbers on blitz and knockoff.
Terra choices that matter, grass, ignore spore, resist ground, makes it much harder to pin down, water, cover fire rock ground issues, flying, immune to ground, resist fighting, fairy, patch dark/dragon matchups. Partners, anything. It glues comps, tailwind squads, trick room, balance cores. It's the remote control for the game tempo.
How to not lose your mind versus Incin. 1. Respect fake out turn 0, map your protects accordingly. 2. Don't mindlessly intimidate cycle if they're packing defiance/competitive. 3. Bring at least one special attacker that doesn't care about attack drops. 4. Track HP plus berry threshold so you don't give it free citrus. 5. If you parting shot bait, punish the switch in, call the lane.
Mini drill, practice fake out parity. If both sides have fake out, learn when to protect the high value slot and swing with the low value slot to win turn 1 positioning without overcommitting. Most Incin mirrors are won on turn 1 discipline.
Number 5, Rillaboom. Terrain DJ. Grassy Surge turns on healing, nerfs Earthquake, and gives priority to Grassy Glide. If the field is green, your plan changed, accept it.
The kit, Grassy Glide, Priority in Terrain, /fake out /wood hammer, delete button, /U-turn or high horsepower, to smack steals /poison, /protect if not assault vest. Items, Choice Band, Max Punch, Assault Vest, Utility plus Bulk, Miracle Seed, split the difference. Natures, Adamant /bulk variants with careful on AV.
Terra, fire to flip matchups versus Amoonguss and opposing grasses, and gain a strong Terra Blast if you want it. Water for general bulk, now neutral to ice, resist fire, drop rock weakness, grass to go full, glide deletes souls, normal if you want fake out to hit harder and surprise calc demons.
Partners, Dragonite, Terrain softens EQ recoil paths and has EQ damage to partners. Archaludon, heals chip, reduces EQ, coverage synergy. Polyper teams love it for patching grass/electric holes. Counterplay, stall the terrain, punish U-turns with rocky helmet/spiky shield style effects. Terra defensively so glide becomes neutral, pressure it with burns, on non-AV, or repeated special hits.
Drill, ride the 5-turn timer. Your goal is to make turns 3 to 5 useless for Rillaboom, double protect, pivot, or force it out so glide goes back to normal priority on turn 6. If you survive the green window intact, you own the next phase.
Lightning round, common cores you'll actually see. 1. Rillaboom plus Ensign plus Dragonite, Terrain, Fake Out, Pivot, S-Speed, Tempo City. 2. Amoonguss plus Goldango, Plot behind Redirection, End games on command. 3. Archaludon plus Tailwind Setter, cover its speed, let Electro Shot and Flash Cannon do the heavy lifting.
And quick if they Terra X, you do Y reminders, Goldango Terra Steel? Wide guard or double into it with fire plus ground. Dragonite Terra Normal? Remove it with burns, reflect, or bait the lock and pivot. Archaludon Terra Flying? Double it with electric plus rock. Ensign Terra Grass? Aim special fire/ice, Rillaboom Terra Fire? Answer with water/rock and deny reterrain.
EV sanity tips, your bulky offense mons want to survive a specs make it rain and a banned S-speed from full, benchmark that. Your special breakers should calc to 2 HKO AV Archaludon through 1 snarl. Your support should live fake out plus chip plus 1 strong neutral hit, or it's not real support.
Team test drill for tonight, play 10 games where you explicitly call out the opposing Terra plan in team preview. Say it out loud. If you call it on turns 1 to 3, you'll notice your win rate jumps because you stop donating KOs to surprise Terra lines.
And remember, meta staples are only boring if you don't make them dance. Understand the why, and they become tools instead of gatekeepers.
Summary, Goldango rains gold, Dragonite speed punches holes, Archaludon outlasts and outguns, Incineroar edits the script, and Rillaboom sets the stage. Beat them by predicting Terra, controlling speed, and wasting their best turns.
That's your top 5 tour, Regulation H edition. Now, hydrate, cue your next ladder run, and try not to make it rain into a wide guard like Kyle did yesterday.
Rude but accurate. See you in the lab report.
It's been a wild 2 weeks in the world of Pokémon, the World Championships wrapped up and then bam. A ton of updates hit every game. Hope you got some rest, because ironically even Pokémon Sleep has been busy.
Pokémon Sleep getting busy, now there's a sentence I never thought I'd say. But seriously, our favorite sleep tracking app dropped a version 2.12.0 update with a maintenance on September 4th. And get this, they warned that if you updated during maintenance, it might not track your snooze. Imagine explaining to Snorlax that your nap didn't count because you updated at 5 a.m., oof.
Pro tip, don't hit update at 5:30 a.m. when you're half asleep, or you'll wake up to 0 sleep data and a very unimpressed Snorlax. Other than that hiccup, they're prepping some cool stuff. The update added support for a new Legendary Beasts research event. Yes, Raikou, NTI, and Suicune are coming to Pokémon Sleep. Apparently, we'll soon be researching how these legendary Pokémon snooze. I'm picturing NTI snoring like a volcano.
Maybe Suicune only sleeps during rainstorms? In any case, I'm hyped. They also tweaked the sleep point exchange economy, price drops on some candy, higher limits on others. Finally, I can afford that handy candy without grinding sleep like it's a shiny hunt. And shout out to our groggy buddies Braviary and Mimikyu, their helper skills got a slight buff so they'll be a bit more helpful in the morning. Maybe Mimikyu will actually make sure my alarm goes off now.
Oh, and expert mode rolled out, because some of you are such elite sleepers, you need a challenge mode. We haven't tried it yet, but rumor says it's for those who consider 8 hours of Z's too easy. Just what we needed, Dark Souls of sleeping. Don't let Jengar give you nightmares in expert mode.
Moving on from sleep to something nobody's getting sleep over, Pokémon Unite. Unite just hit its 4th anniversary, and things are crazier than a Wobbuffet in a wind tunnel. On September 4th they dropped the Celestial Rumble update, and trust me, it lives up to the name. Groudon literally descended onto the Thea Sky Ruins map as a new boss objective. Yeah, the continent-walking legendary is now photobombing your matches. Rayquaza must be on vacation, because Groudon is ready to drought on everyone's parade.
It's actually fun. Defeating Groudon gives your team a buff or score bonus, I think, but mostly it gives me flashbacks of Primal Groudon wrecking my team in ORAS. Besides that, Palmot joined the roster on September 4th. Our little electric fighting hamster is adorable, and somewhat OP. It doesn't actually revive teammates in Unite, thank Arceus, but it punches really hard. I tried Palmot and accidentally yeeted a Charizard off an objective, sorry, not sorry.
Poor Charizard, it actually got nerfed in this patch too, again. In fact, a bunch of balance changes hit, they buffed underused picks like Armarouge, Delphox, Inteleon, and even Mega Mutwo X and Y. Yes, both Mega Mutwos got buffed, as if they weren't terrifying enough, now they're swole and stylish. They also buffed Trevenant and Venusaur a bit. But they nerfed some big names, Ho got a smack with the nerf bat, Galarian Rapidash too, and of course Zacian got nerfed again. Zacian's basically on a diet of nerfs at this point, no more one-dog army, hopefully.
Balancing a MOBA is like a whack-a-diglet game, nerf one, buff another, something else pops up broken. At least Tinkaton got some tweaks, hopefully that fixes the bonkers hammer hitbox. And heads up, Empoleon is slated to join on September 19th, with Dhelmise and Vaporeon coming later. Plus, Mega Evolution is everywhere. They announced Mega Lucario for early October and Mega Charizard X later in October. By year's end, 2 more surprise Megas will drop. It's Mega Mayhem in Unite. I can't wait to see a Mega Lucario power-up punching everything, and probably getting nerfed 2 weeks after.
Ha! True. Alright, trading card time. Both Pokémon TCG Live and Pokémon TCG Pocket have news. If you haven't heard of TCG Pocket, it's basically a mobile app version of the card game, currently in select regions, that's separate from TCG Live. And guess what, the Mega Evolution hype has hit the TCG too. At Worlds, they announced that Mega Evolution Pokémon X cards are coming to TCG Pocket in a new expansion this fall. We got a sneak peek at Mega Gyarados X, Mega Blaziken X, and Mega Altaria X, high HP, huge damage, super flashy. The twist, if a Mega X gets knocked out, your opponent takes 3 prize cards. That's basically a 1 KO win condition. Talk about high risk, high reward, it's like bringing a glass cannon and praying it doesn't shatter.
Time to gamble your prizes on a Mega, living on the edge, I like it. Meanwhile, the physical TCG announced a new expansion Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames for November 14, 2025. It's gonna introduce more Mega Pokemon, Fire and Darkness types headlining, like Mega Charizard X and Mega Jengar cards. They're even doing fancy ultra-rare cards that feature the regular Pokemon silhouette behind the Mega, a cool art touch. Notably, they introduced a new Mega Attack Rare rarity, with attack names printed in katakana like the old-school XY Mega cards. So if you pull a Mega Charizard XX with bold Japanese text, you've hit the jackpot. Also, fun crossover, they showed off Mega Dragonite, which is a thing now, coming to the TCG, and that ties into an upcoming game Pokémon Legends, ZA. We'll get to that in a sec.
And for those of us playing TCG Live, don't worry, you'll get these new cards too. The Phantasmal Flames set will be playable in TCG Live on November 13th, a day before retail launch, with some in-game bonuses for logging in. So you can start pulling Mega Charizard XX online and flex on your friends digitally. TCG Live hasn't had any crazy feature updates in these 2 weeks, but integrating a whole new expansion with Megas is plenty. I just hope the client doesn't catch on fire, fitting expansion name though if it does.
Alright, now on to something really big, literally Eternatus big. Pokémon Go had its global finale event for Go Fest 2025, called Dark Skies leading into the Max finale, and it was massive. For the first time, Eternatus debuted in Pokémon Go. This giant poison dragon was so powerful that the whole sky turned dark in-game, and Niantic basically said trainers worldwide, "We need everybody on this."
They weren't kidding. The Dark Skies event ran August 18th to 23rd and introduced Max battles, think Dynamax raid battles on steroids. Eternatus showed up as an encounter through a special Go Fest research called Go Pass, Max Finale. You had to earn points to eventually catch Eternatus, and you can only catch one per account. One does not simply farm Eternatus candy. Actually, about that, to power it up, it needs way more candy and XL candy than normal Pokemon, because of course a giant Eternatus has giant appetite. The Go Pass rewarded extra candy to help with that, and there was even a paid deluxe pass option for more candy. Classic Niantic, always an upsell, even during the apocalypse.
Haha, the one time I'll forgive them for monetizing is when a colossal alien dragon is about to nuke the planet. They also did something shocking. Remote raid pass limits were increased to 30 per day during the event. Niantic basically said, screw it, invite the whole town, because these max battles were no joke. If you ever complained 5 remote raids a day wasn't enough, well, you had your moment. We were raiding like it was 2020 again, my thumbs still hurt.
And we needed all the help we could get. Those max battles could spawn Eternamax Eternatus in its insane hand form for the finale. Thankfully, Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta returned to raids as our saviors. The Go Pass even buffed Zacian and Zamazenta's signature moves, Behemoth Blade/Bash, during the event so we could actually chip away at Eternatus. It was basically a raid arms race, giant boss gets stronger, so we boost the good doggos. Epic stuff.
The whole thing was billed as Pokemon Go's biggest event yet. And I believe it, they brought back every Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon that had appeared in Go up to now for one gigantic redux. Gigantamax Snorlax, Butterfree, Dreadnought, you name it, it was popping up again. It was like a greatest hits tour of giant Pokemon. The world map even changed, the sky went gloomy, special power spots showed up on the map, and if you stood near them your screen would literally shake from distant battles. Talk about immersive, or alarming. My avatar was living in constant midnight for a week.
Now that it's over, daylight is back and I kinda miss the drama. Huge congrats to everyone who caught Eternatus, you earned it. And shout out to the Pokemon Go World Champion, by the way, an Indian player Beelzeboy took the title this year. I watched the finals and my heart was pounding almost as intense as those max raids. Go PvP doesn't get enough credit, but those players tap like their lives depend on it. So yeah, Niantic had a busy week between crowning a world champ and nearly ending the world with Eternatus.
From world-ending dragons to new beginnings, let's talk main series games and beyond. At Worlds, Tsunekazu Ishihara, the Pokemon Company president, dropped some big announcements. First up, a brand new title, Pokémon Legends, ZA. But it's another game in the style of Legends, Arceus. And it's bringing back Mega Evolution in a big way. They revealed a new feature called the ZA Battle Club, a multiplayer battle mode where up to 4 players can duke it out together. Basically a chaotic free-for-all arena, defeat as many of each other's Pokemon as possible within a time limit. It's like Battle Royale meets Pokemon Stadium, and yes, Mega Evolutions are allowed. The first rule of Battle Club? Everyone's gonna talk about it, trust me.
Legends, ZA is also giving us some wild new Mega forms. They showed Mega Dragonite, which looked awesome, and even Mega Halucha in a trailer. Mega Halucha literally has a championship belt motif and extra flash, clearly inspired by Lucha Libre wrestlers. In fact, the Pokemon Company is taking the hype to the real world. They announced a crossover event with CMLL, Mexico's biggest wrestling promotion, to promote Legends, ZA. I am not kidding. On September 25th in Mexico City, there's a special show Pokémon Legends, ZA times CMLL featuring Luchador wrestling action. If Pikachu comes out in a mask and does a flying press, I will lose my mind. This is perhaps the coolest, most unexpected promo ever a Pokémon in the wrestling ring. Macamp better be the referee.
I can't top that mental image. From wrestling Pokémon to esports, the next big thing, Pokémon Champions. This is a new competitive-focused game they confirmed for Nintendo Switch 2, and Switch 1, and even mobile, coming in 2026. It's going to become the main title for VGC, that is, the official game used in competitive championships, starting with the 2026 season. That means no more worrying about main series game format rotations, instead we get a dedicated battle platform.
Right. And here's the kicker. Pokémon Champions will be free to start with an optional paid version. Free to start sounds like the wording they use for stuff like Pokémon Cafe Mix, essentially free to play with microtransactions, but they're also planning a full paid edition for consoles. According to the press release, they'll share more on the paid version later. So maybe the free version is limited or has season passes, and the paid gets you the whole shebang up front. We'll see. But the good news is crossplay. They confirmed Champions will support cross-platform play between Switch and Switch 2 and mobile. Everyone can battle everyone, no excuses. And you can import your trained Pokémon from home into Champions to build teams, which is awesome. My perfect 4 shiny Metagross is definitely coming with me.
It's a bold move, essentially making a standalone competitive Pokémon game. Finally, no more saying oh the meta is limited to whatever the latest Pokédex is in Scarlet/Violet. Champions might let them include all Pokémon via home over time. It's like Pokémon Showdown going official, but with Switch-level graphics. We don't know much about gameplay changes yet, but they did tease more Mega Evolution stuff in it too. 2025 will probably be our last full year with Scarlet and Violet at tournaments, because come 2026 Champions takes the mantle. I'm excited, and a little nervous about the free-to-play aspect. Kyle, prepare your wallet and your patience.
I'll start saving now. But think, maybe Champions will fund itself with cosmetic outfits or something so we can have stylish trainers without breaking the competitive balance. As long as I don't have to pay $5 per Ultra Ball throw, we're good.
And it's so cool that Pokémon has such a range, from video games to card games to mobile AR battles. There's a way to compete for everyone.
Indeed. So, in summary, if you sleep, battle, collect cards, or catch Pokémon in the real world, there was something exciting, or just plain wacky, for you these past 2 weeks. To tag teaming Groudon in Unite, to throwing Master Balls and go at a giant Eternatus, to new Mega Cards and new games on the horizon, it's a great time to be a Pokémon fan.
Absolutely. I mean, where else would you get to discuss sleep science, MOBA strategy, card economics, and wrestling Pikachu in one show? Only here, folks.
And on that note, let's wrap up before another news bomb drops. Time to catch some Z's, with Pokémon Sleep of course, and dream of Mega Evolutions and World Championships.
Thanks for tuning in to our Pokémon News Roundup. Train hard, rest well, and we'll see you next time, hopefully with our teeth intact after trying to bite into those Mega Evolution gummies, if they make any.
On that note, let's wrap news up before another piece of news drops. Let's go on to Saltmeter and Vibes Forecast.
Yep, welcome to the lab's 2 favorite segments, Saltmeter and Vibes Forecast. One measures pain. The other predicts it.
Translation: Karen complains with math, I do a fake weather report for your ELO. Everyone wins.
Saltmeter, ground rules. We score common regulation H moments from 0 to 10 on the how much calmly placed controller becomes a projectile scale.
And yes, decimals are allowed. Science.
Salt number 1, turn 1 fake out wars. You led perfectly, they led Incineroar, you protected, they read it, parting shot out, and the entire game becomes paperwork. Salt score, 6.8.
Coping tip, map fake out parity. If both sides have fake out, protect the high-value slot and swing with the low-value slot. You don't need 2 perfect clicks, you need 1 good trade in tempo.
Salt number 2, make it rain into double KO. You knew Goldango would click it. You still positioned badly. That's not salt, that's seasoning. Score, 4.1.
Counter, pack wide guard or force single target shadow balls. If you don't have wide guard, use protect plus pivot patterns. Make their +1 turn feel like -1.
Salt number 3, spore after you definitely counted terrain turns. You didn't notice. A moon gust did. Sleepy time. Salt score, 8.9.
Safety goggles are legal. I repeat, safety goggles are legal. If terrain management is hard, bake in 1 goggles slot and exhale.
Salt number 4, Dragonite's Terra Normal Choice Band Extreme Speed erasing a full HP mon that definitely lived. Salt score, 7.2.
Answer lines, reflect, burns, or just bait the lock and pivot. If it's banded, it commits. Make it regret committing.
Salt number 5, Rillaboom turning the field green and having your earthquake damage, then priority grassy gliding your wincon. Salt score, 6.2. Bonus salt if you forgot to count terrain turns, +1.
Terrain is a timer minigame. Your goal is to make turns 3 to 5 irrelevant, double protect, U-turn loops, or force a switch. Glide without terrain is a kitten.
Salt number 6, Archaludon with stamina plus iron defense plus body press. You did 30%. They clicked iron defense. You did 12%. They body pressed your soul. Salt score, 7.7.
Hit special before it stacks. If it terrace flying, double with electric plus rock next turn. Haze and clear smog still exist. Don't let the building finish construction.
Salt number 7, Trick Room into Dondoso/Blood Moon. You saved Terra for something else. Now you're watching cutscenes. Salt score, 7.0.
Have at least 1 TR stall kit, double protect, pivot, and a real way to hit water grass ice special. If you brought none of that, salt is fair.
Salt number 8, Terra Mind Games. You called normal on Dragonite, they went flying. You aimed close combat into a ghost. Score, 9.0. Bonus salt if you typed nice in all lowercase.
Preview drill, say their Terra out loud in Teen Preview. If you can't name it, you'll donate a KO. Call it or pay for it.
Salt number 9, losing to your own impatience. You had the win in 3 turns. You clicked now. Score, 8.1. That one's on you. Ask me how I know.
Vibes tip, if you see a winning line in 3 turns, stop trying to win in 1. Bank tempo, don't gamble it.
Salt number 10, ladder etiquette. Turn 1 timer spam, turn 2 flex emote, turn 3 accidental disconnect. Score, 3.5. Mild salt, major eye roll.
Hydrate. Cue again. The vibe improves when you play your plan, not their emotes.
Vibes forecast, Reg H Momentum Report. Today's weather is brought to you by tailwind and emotional damage.
Today's high, tailwind. Expect a strong +2 speed front sweeping through mid-game. If your team relies on middling speeds, carry either your own tailwind, icy wind, or a sturdy TR toggle. Otherwise you'll be caught in gusts, and by gusts I mean extreme speed.
Tonight's low, Trick Room cold front. It's calm until it isn't. If you see Indy D on the radar, there's a 70% chance of follow me with a trick of the room. Pack taunt, imprison TR, or plan to stall 4 turns with protect math that you actually practiced.
Rain outlook, scattered polyper with localized hydro pump disasters. Expect 100% accurate hurricanes in the affected area. If you're weak to rain, bring a grassy surge umbrella or a water Terra jacket.
Status advisory: patchy spore at dawn, safety goggles reduce sleep accumulation by 100%. Carry one. It's cheaper than therapy.
Priority index elevated. Dragonite's S-Speed, Rillaboom's Glide, random sucker punches, density increases in endgame. If psychic terrain isn't yours, don't bank on moving first. Bank on surviving first.
Terra barometer, rising pressure. First Terra often decides flow. If you Terra reactively on turn 2, you're behind. If you Terra proactively into the game plan, you're ahead, even when trades look messy.
Archaludon Watch, stamina gusts expected. If it turns flying, do not panic. The safest window is the turn after Terra, call the coverage and double.
Goldango advisory: make it rain warnings remain in effect. Predict precipitation. Wide guard is gallons per minute of relief.
Rillaboom Grounds Crew, 5-turn green window, then brown. Count it out loud. When the grass fades, your ground moves go from awkward to awesome.
Salt mitigation checklist: 3 questions mid-game. 1. What breaks my next turn? 2. Which one click keeps my wincon safe? 3. Do I need this Terra now or later? Answer honestly: ego doesn't win games, lines do.
Vibes Booster Pack, 3 drills for this week. Drill A, Protect plus Pivot on loop. Cue 10 games and force yourself to create one make it rain turn that does nothing. You'll feel the power of wasted pressure. Drill B, Terrain Timer. Verbally count to 5 every time Rillaboom appears. If you miss the count once, set your stream deck to buzz you. Pavlov it. Drill C, Call their Terra. In preview, write it in chat, or a sticky note. Score yourself after the match. Greater than 70% accuracy and your ELO creeps up.
Micro counters you'll thank us for later. 1 goggles slot, ideally on your Tailwind setter or speed control. It wins 1 game per session minimum. 1 wide guard user, Pelipper, Garganackle, even niche picks. It wins 1 Goldango turn per night. 1 TR deterrent, Taunt, Encore, Imprison, or a bulky mon that clocks the 4-turn stall without crying.
If you're newer, build with the 3-to-3 rule: 3 proactive plays, speed control, terrain, a nuke, and 3 reactive tools: protect discipline, 1 immunity, 1 resist plan. 6 boxes, check them, Q.
If you're seasoned, prune greed. You don't need every cool tech, just one that survives contact with Goldango, Dragonite, and Incineroar on the same team sheet.
Weekly Outlook. Monday, High Pressure Tailwind, bring icy wind layers. Tuesday, Test Drive Teams, pack Patience umbrellas. Wednesday, React Night, expect sudden S-Speed squalls. Thursday, TR Thunderstorms in evening brackets. Friday, Fake Out Front, low tilt visibility. Weekend Regional Vibes, calm mornings, chaotic afternoons, salt showers at top cut.
Final salt meter of the night, forgetting your own win condition because Ladderbrain said go fast. Score, 9.7. Ask me how I know, Part 2.
Final Vibes Forecast, Confidence Tailwind, but only if you count your timers and call their Terra. Remember, momentum isn't luck, it's carpentry.
That's salt meter and vibes forecast. Keep your salts under 7, your vibes above neutral, and your eyes on turn count.
Hydrate, Q, and please don't make it rain into a wide guard.
Time for announcements and where you can find us on social media, then we will sign off till next Saturday's podcast.
Want your team test driven? Test Drive Tuesday is a thing every Tuesday. We try out fan-submitted team. Submit your team on Twitch using !@team with the poke paste URL in chat and we'll take it for a spin.
Want to battle us live? Type exclamation mark challenge with your Showdown username. If you queue with please be nice, we will ignore it respectfully. We're kidding, well kinda.
Daily videos at noon and 5 p.m. PST so you always have something to watch during lunch and while pretending to work.
Programming note so you never miss the big stuff.
Wednesdays 5 p.m. Pacific Time, Karen and Kyle react. We pause real matches, rate the plays, and hand you a fix in one sentence.
Saturdays 5 p.m. Pacific Time, the weekly podcast. Jokes, analysis, salt meter, vibes forecast, and the best 2-turn drills you can actually try tonight.
Want to be a guest or co-streamer? Fill out our Google form at bit.ly/8bitslab. If your pitch includes I can handle spore, we automatically bump you to S tier.
Find us everywhere so you can heckle us responsibly.
On Twitch at twitch.tv/8bitslab, YouTube at youtube.com/@8bitking, and join our free 8bitslab Discord at discord.gg/8bitslab.
If you post clips, tag us so Kyle can put them on the fridge and get a gold star.
Until next time, stay hyped and may your Dynamax adventures be ever in your favor. Good night, and as always, gotta catch 'em all, even if it's just catching some sleep.